Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Tommy Gilmore. I own Noisy Bird Digital Marketing, and you're watching another episode of Spotlight Southern Utah. I'm joined today with Randy from Mountain Lighting and Design.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks, Randy, for being here. Here on Spotlight Southern Utah, we talk to different business owners every week about some of the great businesses here in Southern Utah, the locals, and really the backbone of the economy. I'm excited to chat with you about business ownership, things you've overcome, and learn a little bit more about the business that you run here.
No, I appreciate the opportunity.
So tell us a little bit about what is Mountain Lighting and Design, how long have you guys had it, and the story about your journey into owning it.
Yeah, so I didn't start out as a little boy saying, I'm going to be a lighting guy. I'm going to sell lights. But I love it. I mean, it's been something that my wife and I, we purchased this business about 8.5 years ago. Before then, I was in IT, worked for an insurance company, and I was in IT for over 19 years. And I just got burned out. I just got to the point where I was like, man, there's got to be something different. And so we started really looking. We didn't know what we wanted to do. We just knew we wanted to have our own business. We felt like having a family business would be really cool to give our kids an opportunity to learn some things, and we would be able to grow something together, create something. And I just love the idea of buying and selling. I always have. We bought this business August 2016.
Okay.
And we worked really hard to establish key relationships with the builders in this area. We were super grateful for those who have shown trust in us and given us that opportunity to work with them. We don't take any relationship for granted, and we work hard. We recognize that people can go elsewhere for life, and those relationships have always been, will always be super, super key to us, our success, for sure.
Yeah, we were talking a little off camera, and you said how important those relationships are. Would you say that you attribute that to the amount of growth that you've seen over the last 8 years?
I think so. I mean, I always have said it doesn't matter really what we're selling. Like before we bought this business, people would ask me, well, did you have a background in lighting? And even the manufacturers, they were a little bit leery to open up with us because we're new to lighting, no background. We were warned, well, you're going to struggle because they won't open to you if you don't have a background or whatever. I would tell people, like, doesn't really matter what you sell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully it's something that you can be profitable in, but I mean, the concept of selling, what matters is how you treat people. And so we've really, really just built this business based on relationships and trying to do the right thing and treat people the right way. I trusted and I believed that if we did that we would learn lighting, we would be able to figure it out. We've come a long way. As I mentioned to you, there's still a lot to learn in lighting. I had no idea how much there is to learn about lighting, but that has been true. We have tried our best to treat people right and take good care of them, service them well. Service is the key to our business, providing value, not just selling a light, but like we talked about earlier, people call us up years later and they may have a problem with something. And I used to view that much differently. Early, I would be like, another problem. This is terrible. We got all these issues,
Yeah.
When I finally switched my mindset to be like, it's a problem. Like, I don't love them.
Yeah.
But I looked at it like, okay, here's an opportunity for us to take care of a problem for somebody, like solve a problem and show how we can treat somebody, like make it a great experience. And I almost feel like sometimes having an issue, which none of us would want, but you have an issue and we fix that for you in a timely manner, you almost feel better about us, maybe, than if there had been no issue.
Yeah.
I mean, not always, but what I'm saying is it's how we try to handle that I think sticks with people. I hope that people realize that we can be trusted. We're going to do what we say we're going to do. And if there is an issue, we didn't just sell you a light and walk away. We're still here. We plan on being here for a long, long time.
So it sounds like, if I'm hearing you right, building a good relationship isn't just about a one-time transaction. It's about finding continual ways to serve, right?
Yeah.
And so when those obstacles come up, it is either an obstacle or an opportunity to serve that person again.
Yeah. Like I said, we we don't want those issues, obviously. It's a pain. It causes, some turmoil on this end, but I've talked to my team about this too. If we can view that as an opportunity to shine, we can view it as an opportunity to really show the customer that we care about them and we're not going to leave them hanging. Problem is turned actually into a positive and something that, it's all about just how we view it, I think.
Definitely.
And most people understand. I feel like if we'll communicate with people and own it, we make mistakes. We're human and we make plenty of them. But we have a lot of processes in place that we've worked hard over the years to figure out. And if we follow our process, we're highly accurate and things work out really well. But we do make mistakes. And when we do, I found that if we own it, if we tell the customer, hey, I'm so sorry, I forgot to put that order in, or I'm so sorry, we should have noticed that light was damaged when we delivered it, but we're going to get this taken care of. People appreciate that. They don't like excuses. I don't like them. You don't like them. And we can make them, but it doesn't do anybody good. We have to do our best to treat people the way we'd want to be treated. We're happier. I got to look myself in the mirror every night. Good morning. I don't like to as much anymore. I'm not looking quite the same as I did at one time. But no, we always strive to, to be honest with people, communicate with them, and let the chips fall where they will. Yeah, that's worked well for us.
I love that. I hope that if you're listening and you own a business, or even if you don't, that was more than just business. That was, how do you create a genuine human relationship? I love those points, and I'm excited to go back and listen to this as I go and edit it, because there were some really awesome points. I love the points about serving people. I love the points about, trying to make it right, overcoming obstacles, and then the mindset shift that you talked about. I think so often as business owners, we have to shift our mindsets on so many things.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you also mentioned just putting in place processes. We're not going to follow them perfectly, but if we put those things in place, then we are learning from those mistakes. My processes are, all right, I messed this up 2, 3, 4, 5 times already. How do I mess this up less next time I have to do it?
That's how we do it. That's when you need to make some sort of change, right?
I was just going to ask you, what have been some of those things that created processes for you? What's maybe one of the biggest things you've had to overcome in your 8 years of business that you had to learn from?
There were a couple aspects of our business, right? There's a lot. Some of the challenges that we've had, fixtures are made out of glass, right? Mm-hmm. So we deal with damaged product a lot. Yeah. And there's no way around that. As good a relationship as I try to have with the delivery guys, they're awesome, but sometimes, in a hurry, they're tossing things around or whatever. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's just the way it is packaged or whatever. Some of the challenges we've had dealing in an efficient manner with broken glass or defective fixtures that might have come dented or damaged otherwise, or missing parts. So no one's exempt from that, whether you just order online somewhere or you order through us. We're ordering from the same manufacturers. It's just, if you come to us, we're going to take care of it. So we're going to be able to contact the manufacturer and find out, can they replace a certain part, or what can we do to make it as painless as possible and as quick as possible, get the issue resolved. As far as processes go, that was one area where we're like, okay, what can we do? As simple as, God, if you see the box is damaged a little bit and you don't hear any rattling, still cut it open. Let's take a look. Yes. Let's make sure we don't deliver a package to someone or have them pick it up that looks banged up, and they open it up and sure enough, it's damaged. Yeah. It makes us look really bad. So that's something simple. Those are things where, like, just a small little thing can make a huge difference. Yep. And it usually is in life and in business. It's the little things, right? And so our goal is to have the trust and the confidence of our customers. And so, again, recognizing we're not perfect, we never will be, but we don't want to deliver a package that's wrong. We don't want to deliver one fixture that's wrong. So processes in place now to where when we're loading up that job, even though it's been reviewed, we load up that job and they're writing the part number on the pick ticket from the box and making sure it matches what was ordered and things like that. And then checking it off when they put it in the van to make sure, okay, it actually got in the van. Yeah, it's one thing to have it on the cart, or maybe you set it to the side and you verified it was there, but it didn't make it in the van, right? Some other things too that have really helped us with efficiencies, and that is there's a lot that goes into getting lighting selected and then ordered and then tracked and then here and then staged and then delivered. And all those things, there's a lot that go in, in between that. And so we have processes that we put in place called verification, right? We place an order and then there's a showroom first verify. Then there's a warehouse first verify. Then there's a showroom second verify. And then there's a warehouse second verify before we actually load the product up and deliver it. Yeah. And all those things took time, took us stumbling and falling. And we're like, dang, how did we miss that? Or how do we not have this product after they ordered it 3 months ago? Yeah. But we don't have it. How did we miss that? And so because of those goofs, we've learned and become much better as a company in being able to provide solid service to our customers.
So if you're just starting your business, or maybe you've been in business for a couple of years and you hear people talking about like SOPs or processes, and you're like, I don't know what to do with that. Randy's giving some great insight into how they build theirs in their business. Creating redundancy is a big thing, because if you have only one fail point and that fails, things fall through and clients aren't happy. If you stumble and fall and you're seeing, oh, I keep messing up on this part, how do I make this better or more efficient? It does take a bit of a holistic view. I'm grateful I have a business partner that's really good with operations, because he says, we could probably just try this, this, and this to solve that. And I go, duh. But you do have to take that step back as a business owner and look and say, what is working? What isn't working? And how do I better those things that aren't working?
Yeah. And I appreciate that. What you said, it makes total sense. And we found we've been really fortunate to surround ourselves with excellent people. Everybody knows that has a business how critical good employees are. And because of that, we'll tell them, hey, give us input. We know we don't have all the answers. We are open to input, how we can improve on something. We're not doing that process that you're doing every single day, or my warehouse manager, we're not involved in receiving stuff every day like he is and staging orders. We're involved, but not to that degree. So we will constantly invite that feedback. And we've gotten some really good ideas from listening to our team members and trying to implement those things.
Yeah, that's important. If somebody's on the front line, if they're dealing with problems, they understand that problem probably better than we do from a bird's eye view, right?
Right. No one likes to be micromanaged. And also, sometimes I think a manager or an owner thinks they have the answers, and maybe they do, but instead of, just saying this is the way it's going to be, we've tried to take the approach of, hey, we have this idea. We want to try. How do you guys feel about that? This is why we think it would be good to implement that. It creates more buy-in, and we need all the pistons firing together.
I don't know if you've read the book Extreme Ownership, but they talk about that principle of saying, if you can give people that need it the information they need to understand why things are happening on a bigger scale, it helps so much with the operation. You talked about, we come to them and we say, hey, this is what we think would work. This is why. Talk to us about what you would see from your end.
Right.
The more input you can get from people, now they see the big picture of why you're thinking that way. And then you can see their smaller picture through the same lens. That exchange of information, it sounds like, would be really, really key to building and creating something.
Yeah, one thing that I've said to our warehouse people, and they're great back there, but there's so much going on from day to day that it really requires a lot of attention to detail. And so one thing that I've said to them is, if you go and do a walkthrough of a house to count the life and do your measurements, I want you to picture one of us or one of our showroom staff sitting with the customer and going over your notes. And I want to make sure that you can picture that their success meeting with the customer is in large part due to how accurate you've been, because we're going to be reviewing, specific details of their home. And also when they do deliveries, I want to say, I want you to do everything that you can to make sure that we avoid that phone call from the contractor saying, hey, you delivered this wrong part, or you missed this line. We do a thorough walkthrough after we deliver to make sure that we didn't miss anything and that what we're delivering is going to work in the space. Because despite our best efforts to consult with the customer on the front end and put that order together, as we all know, sometimes there's surprises in the construction process. And so we really try to help our people realize that they need to always be watching to make sure we're nailing the details.
Well, Randy, this has been super awesome. So many great nuggets. I hope that the people that listen twice, because I know I'm going to. There were so many good things we talked about. I want to end by asking you, we talked about a lot of things that you've learned through the process of owning your business and things you've overcome. If you could go back and give yourself advice in 2016 when you're signing the papers, what advice would you give yourself?
Maybe not take myself so seriously. Continue to work hard and put everything I can into the business, but realize that it'll be okay. I stressed over a lot of things early on. Just a small item, light fixture that we had to replace, and we had to eat it in order to have a good relationship with the customer. I agonized over so many little things, and now, I wish I could have told myself then, hey, it's going to be okay. You'll be okay. Just keep doing it, trying to do the right thing. And when we bought the business, we felt that God had led us to this. Like, we had no experience at all. Well, there were a lot of prayers. And we need help, and attribute a lot of our success to him. I probably wouldn't have gotten very far. But because we felt good about it when we bought the business, when we came up with struggles, I tried to remind myself I felt good about it then. This is the right place for us to be. We're just going to keep moving forward and have that trust and confidence that it's going to work out. And so often it's what we worry about. Operate with integrity, treat people the right way, and try to have fun along the way too. Because sometimes we don't have enough fun, and you got to enjoy your work. And this is a great business to be in for us and for my family, and I'm enjoying it more every day just because I feel like we've come ways we're not dealing with those same stresses. But I would have told myself it's going to be okay. Don't stress.
And I love the advice of having fun. I think, like you said, it's so easy to just get lost in business ownership, and you don't get to do all the fun stuff all the time. And I think we let those things drain us. But I love the advice. Just have fun. Find a reason to have fun with your business, because it is your business, right? And so as much as we take ownership of our failures and our struggles and even our triumphs, we need to take ownership of having fun and making it fun for ourselves too.
And the last thing I'll say, if I could, is what the greatest joy we have, like the most fun we have, is actually just working with people, solving problems, helping them not feel overwhelmed. They walk in and and just helping them, guide them through that path. Those relationships, we're always dealing with issues. All that stuff's going to continue to be a part of business, the day-to-day grind. But it's those connections we make with people that really make us feel like this is awesome. When we can build those connections and have that trust with people and get rid of some ugly stuff. That's important.
I'm sure you drive around Cedar and you're like, I could do that guy a big service.
Okay. We're kind of that way now. I can't help it. Everywhere we go, restaurants, whatever, it's like, it's say all. No. But I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
This has been another edition of Spotlight Southern Utah. Stick around. We are live every week. We try to bring you so much value. Keep watching. We appreciate the support. And check out Mountain Lighting and Design if you're here in Southern Utah. What's the best way to find you guys? Online, calling?
50 West 400 South is our physical address. Mountainlighting.com is our web address. Best way to find us,
And it's a beautiful showroom, guys. The camera does it some justice. We're very well lit today, but you have to stop in and see it. So come check it out or check them out online. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.